Hi guys, welcome to the mix. It's time for another weekly roundup, or this be a bi-yearly roundup, or wherever I'm at the moment. It's been quite frankly ridiculous amount of time since I've done one of these. It's been, I want to say 3 months. I was feeling bad about 3-week breaks before, but yeah, 3 months is something else. But yeah, I must apologize. Obviously, what happened is we fell into doing our move. So as you can see, we're in our new home here. And I'll go over some of that in a bit, and I'll try and do a little video tour or something. I mean, I've said in these videos in the past, for you guys lovely enough to still care and to have followed along and to keep subscribing, they do seem to go up. I wanted to chart the journey of building this place and getting over here and it being like a landmark thing for the business, and it certainly has been. New beginnings and everything for various other reasons I'll address in a bit. But yeah, I didn't really do it. I mean, I started well. I've shot some videos on this very phone actually, and I've taken loads and loads and loads of pictures because I definitely wanted to document the process, even if personally. And yeah, I will try and stick some of them up on here, but obviously I wanted to bring you guys along with us on it. But it has been the most hideously stressful, tiring, brutal experiences of my life, but of course for the team as well. There aren't many of us. It was tricky enough keeping up with orders and doing the day-to-day in the shop in the old premises, let alone trying to juggle between 2 premises, moving 5-6 years worth of stuff and keeping things going. So yes, I mean, apologies if any of you felt that slight hiccup there, but there was a what was it, like one day we actually managed to, we did about a day we lost in terms of shipping. So I was really hoping that we wouldn't have to lose any time shipping. I thought we could do it over like a weekend. Didn't really happen. We ended up knocking it on the head, close of play on Thursday. So we did our shipping cut off at 2:30 on Thursday, and then hell for leather trying to get everything into this place. And then basically all night long, all through the weekend, as many people as I could beg to help me, family members included, we pulled the whole thing together and put things on shelves. And then I guess it's just been organically growing since then. So, I mean, we wanted to, strategically organize and do this, that, and the other, but really stuff just got flung on shelves, and then we've started mapping it where it is and numbering the shelves and doing all those proper things that you probably should do in a warehouse. But we're here, it's going well. I think we've got the hang of it. It's about 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks we've done here, and the time has really flown. But yeah, we've ironed out most of the kinks. There's still a lot of slightly scary, more like commercial things to do. Obviously, never having run a warehouse and something of this scale, and it's quite an investment for me and everything. It's a case of doing extra risk assessments and extra insurances and all this stuff. So we've been ticking all those boxes and doing everything we need to do so that we don't get in trouble here. But yeah, we're about there. Obviously the fun stuff, getting the products in, organizing stuff, figuring out what we've still got. I mean, doing stock counts and stuff like that. It's takes time, but it's something we've neglected, certainly through lockdown, because we just haven't had time to do a lot of the admin bits and pieces. And yeah, it's good. I'm feeling slightly more comfortable with the whole thing, albeit very, very tired. Well, we all are. It's been really, really shocking. So that is done. And yeah, that's my big. I'm trying to time this, and my clock's gone off. I better check this is actually recording. That'd be super embarrassing if I'm doing this and it's not actually filming, because I'm not sure I've got the. I'm not sure. Yes, it seems to be. I'm not sure I've got the energy to go and do this whole thing again. So basically, we are here. That's it in a nutshell. I do want to give you guys an idea of what we're working with here, and we're very proud of it, and hopefully it can be a new home for, well, at least the 5 years we've got it, but going to the 10 years. I mean, you can't see too much behind me here. This is not going to be like my final setup. Basically, warehouse-wise, we've got a trade counter where you are now, at the end where you're looking at me from, and then the bulk of the warehouse is behind me here. And if I just temporarily, I mean, it's not the best view of it, so forgive, but yeah, it's a fairly big space, fairly well lit, as well, so we're going to turn off these LED lights, and yeah, still work to be done and everything. But this is probably the uglier side. Most of the working goes on at the other end, and then there's some offices and rooms underneath and stuff, and most of the fun products at that end. But the reason I put the camera here is you can see some of the products. So this is kind of going to be the new shop. I mean, on the shop, that is sadly pretty shut at the moment. there's a big problem with staff. And actually, one of my guys who's been here for a very long time, Henry, who many of you who bought from us have probably dealt with, you may have met, you may have seen trade shows, etc. He's been with me for years and years and years. Is actually just announced he's moving on. So that was a curveball I wasn't anticipating. So we obviously wish him massive luck with that, and he's going to be sorely missed because he's helped build this. But that has made life even harder on the shop front because we're now down another member of staff, another member of the team to actually run that one. So we've got a lot of toing and froing and probably still more sleepless nights for me before we're done on that one. But we've still got the shop until the end of the year, the lease. And I'm keen to give it a good few months because it's been totally shuttered through COVID, and we've just been working as a warehouse and everything. So it's not managed to show any of the kind of charm and the fun and stuff that we once had in there. And I'd love for, even if just the summer with a degree less lockdownness and however what else is going on there, that we can do something in that. And people are missing it. People are asking us if it's opening again, where we've gone, etc. So we can ultimately point people over here. We're only about 5 minutes away from the shop, and there's some parking, and we've all the stock is now here, so it makes more sense coming here. And we're doing collect in store here, so you'll see the collect in store option for UK customers, the Deakin warehouse now. That's where we are. And it's a bit fiddly to find, but there's instructions you get on the emails, and we've got it in Google now, so it'll show up more and more. That was a bit of a fight when we got in here because it just didn't exist on the address system. But yes, the shop, I'm hoping to have it open in some capacity. It'll probably be reduced days, reduced hours. But at the moment, we've overhauled it. So it's getting pretty spotless, which is good. I've been finding the time for that. And we just want to make sure it's in a good condition after kind of everything it's been through. And it really has held up a lot. I'm going to always have a lot of love for that place. And it's where the business has really flourished and grown. But I can't really see much of an argument, even, now kind of post-lockdown or just on the way out of it, hopefully, going to do more with that. It's just not where the business has gone. And, it's a sad one. It's a difficult one. But with the shop probably going to go, segue people to here, and onwards and upwards. Anyway, you don't really tune in to listen to me going on and on about this, and hopefully if I've managed to get some photographs in here, you get a bit of an idea of what we're doing. Suffice it to say, we can hopefully service you better from here, so provide better support, more products, maybe ultimately better pricing by buying bigger. I mean, all those cool things. So we'll see. The world is still in a big state of flux. There's a lot of other stuff that is going on even beyond our physically moving premises with the business. Obviously Brexit's still causing a lot of trouble with shipping. We're getting boxes out, but it's only smaller ones into a handful of European countries via raw mail. But that's kind of working okay. We've had relatively few calamities there, but we're hoping to be able to bring DHL and DPD back at some point. It's just there's a big VAT transition from the 1st of July. So we're going to have to change some of the way we do things to European customers and change how we declare tax and pay it and everything. So huge headache that, again, I could really do without, and it's on top of everything else shipping over there. But we're trying to get that done. If that works out, we might actually have an easier job shipping without having to fight customs so much. So that's kind of the hope. So that's where we're up to with that. We've had all sorts of problems. You may have heard on the news about the price of cardboard and things, and scarcity across lots of suppliers, whether it's down to things in China going up in price, or they're not sharing stuff, or the shipping taking longer. But I've noticed a lot of the US manufacturers have got weird gaps, and it's not just supplements. It's like Ghost, for example, have had a very, very long time getting this stuff together. I don't know the exact reason, but we're still waiting for the V2 Legend here. We've only just got V2 size has just launched, but they've been waiting for ages for it in the States. So we got the pump, and that was the very last video I did, in fact. But since then, very, very quiet, and we've got next to no Ghost Whey left. I mean, the last thing I've got sitting here is like the choc chip cookie ones. So fantastic protein, arguably the best one. Real Chips Ahoy cookie pieces in there and everything. So we went deep on that when we could, but right now everything else is gone. The vegan's nearly gone, and we've had none of the size stuff. And we've got gaps coming here and there on Legend, and Burn as well is all gone. We're waiting for new Burn to come in here. Loads of stuff. So we've had some supplier issues across everything, really. And it's made things trickier on top of stuff. And at the same time, I think people are going out and about more. People are getting on kind of holidays from here. I mean, the government is not making it easy, and it's kind of changing the rules on the fly. So people are getting burned. But I mean, it's getting more summery. People, it does feel like more people are out and about. Obviously, vaccines seem to be having a bit of an effect, bringing numbers down. Blah. So yeah, you don't need me repeating the news. But we're broadly speaking in a better place. And I suppose because you can go out in the world a bit more, and everyone's longing to, less people buying stuff online. So it has got a little bit quieter, between the not having, missing some of the stock we've got, being us distracted in here, and I guess fewer launches, and also people actually having lives again and being able to go out and do things and go to the gym and all that sort of fun stuff, see family members and the rest. Anyway, but broadly speaking, not too bad. We're here. That's it. Okay, so there's no way. I watched that last video, right? So we'll actually get to the fun stuff. Products. I'll put something at the beginning saying skip this if you don't want to hear the big long spiel about what we're up to here, but this is where we've been. This is why I've been so distracted, and I really did want to keep jumping on here, but I wanted a nicer backdrop. I wanted it to look a little bit more complete before I sort of introduce you to it. As I say, we're not quite there. We probably won't be fully happy with it for God knows how long. So I thought I'd just run with what I've got when I've got brief respite this weekend with a few fewer orders, and while we do still have Henry with us and we have the support. So I need to get back to doing these. So I miss you guys. And hopefully you did get something out of these videos. And I just want to show that we are still here. And I didn't get to give you that last heads up saying, God, it's happened. We've got the lease done. We're moving. It all just happened really, really fast. And then obviously we had Easter and bank holidays, and they throw everything off as well because of losing the day and getting the couriers, and then the extra big dispatch, and then obviously people grabbing time off on our end as well. So yeah, big nightmare. But if you want to skip all this, the products. So I'm not going to be able to take you through any of these in particular detail, but that might be a huge sigh of relief from you guys. We've done our best to keep the website up to date. The website is a different issue. I mentioned probably months back on the videos here that I was working on the new one. That got put on hold. I'm back into it now. I'm determined to, I've got to get this obviously polished a little bit, the shop open in some way, shape or form, then the online thing, then the website has to get its overhaul. So refurbishment coming there as well. So watch this space. But what was I saying with that? Yeah, we do a reasonably good job of keeping things up to date on there, at least, even if the actual look hasn't been updated yet. So the just arrived category we keep ploughing things into, and there have been a fair few things. We might have had a bit of a lack of super exciting new launches, and certainly on some of the American things have just been slow coming over. But there is some good stuff on there, and we're going to try and make up for lost time with some more promotion stuff going on now. Maybe some giveaways. We want to do a warehouse sale, kind of, we've got a new warehouse welcome, etc., and also a kind of post-lockdown-y thing again. So we did it last year when the sort of gyms came back. Albeit briefly in the clothes. So we want to do that kind of thing here. So look out for that coming up. But products-wise, I think the last video I did, I covered Ghost Pump V2. And I just looked it up and now I can't even remember. I don't know, but I think everything here I haven't covered. So yeah, to pick you up there, some of these I can whip through, some of these are worth checking out. So we've got here, we'll start with the snack side of things. Bounty, so always the official stuff from Mars. Bounty protein powder, not had this one before, looks fantastic, nice and summery. It's a chocolate and coconut vibe. It's not just coconut, it is chocolate and coconut, but it sits quite well. It's milder than you might think, and it's another nice one. Again, some people just don't like coconut, some people don't like chocolate and coconut, some people just don't like Bounty, but it's a nice shape for those Bounty lovers, and as usual, it's not too in your face with their stuff. It's a little bit reserved, but it's the good price on it. So it mixes quite well, and it's got that brand authenticity. So that's in the mix now. It's done pretty well, obviously not as well as the core Mars one or the Maltesers one or even the White Choc Snickers, but as a coconutty thing, it's done quite well, and it came out very cool in concert with Bounty bars. So these ones, I will whip up to the camera. Is this actually showing? Yes, Bounty High Protein bars look gorgeous. We've had these before, but they've rejigged them here. A little bit more protein, a little bit of better texture, so there's actually a tiny bit more actual Bounty kind of coconutty stuff in there. And the novelty is, like Bounty, you get it in 2 distinct little bites. Go on then, I will actually open this to show you. I've missed doing that. I mean, I've been snacking no end doing this, but yeah, Bounty-wise, you get lovely Bounty-style chunks, obviously 2 of these per pack. What's that then? 18 grams of protein per pack, so around about 200 calories. Yeah, it's not bad. Very nice. Milk chocolate stuff going on. It's got a load of desiccated coconut on top. The texture inside is definitely softer than it was last time. It's more like one of those like coconutty nougat fudge pieces you might get in a box of chocolates, rather than a Bounty, which is very crumbly, very moist actual coconut. It's 30-40% coconut. Obviously, they can't put that in here because then they wouldn't be able to hit the protein, and the fats would be much higher. But yeah, they've done a pretty good job of it. Definitely better than last time, and it goes very nicely with the protein. The 2-chunk thing's very cool as well. If you like Bounty, you'll like that. If you don't like Bounty, you probably won't like that. But yeah, not a bad effort for a slightly niche chocolate bar from Mars. On them, before I move on, and these are in our Mars bundle and stuff, along with quite the range of other bars they have now, like the peanut butter Snickers and the salted caramel Mars and etc. There is a new one coming out. The M&Ms, you see, the peanut M&Ms, the chocolate M&Ms, are actually a huge hit. They're probably about the best sellers now, and they are, they are really nice bars. Even now, I go back to them now. The hype's worn off, and I'm like, actually, this is quite tasty. They're coming out with a protein powder. So we've got a chocolate M&M's protein powder coming out. So I imagine it's very much the same chocolatey, slightly malty base as these shakes. But, and this is the exciting thing, I don't know, there might actually be crispy M&M type things in there, like inclusions. That would be very cool. I'm not sure if they've taken it that far, but they'll have to pick up the candy. They'll have to pick up the kind of the crunch. They'll have to pick up the actual M&M somehow. So let's see. I think it's just a chocolate M&M one, not like a peanut M&M one. But either way, very cool. It keeps getting delayed. We should have had it by now already. They keep pushing it back week on week. But hopefully by the end of June, we should have it. So look out for that one coming very soon. Moving on then, Grenade. Grenade, we've had their energy drinks, and we've been including some of those free in orders and stuff. They've been quite supportive with them. They're actually very, very nice. I definitely did mention these, I think, in a previous video. I'm not sure I did the full coverage on them, but we've got Son of a Beach, we've got Buried Alive, we've got Cherry Bomb. They've got cool names, strong flavors, nice level of effervescence, nice level of energy, around about 150 milligrams of caffeine, I think. And yeah, it's a much better attempt than the original Grenade Energy they did. I think they still make that. We still have it. I still kind of like that watermelony, melony sort of vibe in it. But these flavors, much bolder, much stronger, cans much sexier, much more fun. So yeah, you'll probably get something, a kick out of those. They're pushing them very, very heavily with diversity and stuff. But we have done some bits and pieces with them. I think we've got some more like promo packs coming. We've been working with them on them. So I think you'll like those. But anyway, we haven't had any new bars or anything exciting like that from them for a bit. But what they have done is put their currently best-selling bar. It's been their best-selling bar for a couple of years now since it launched. The Choc Chip Salted Caramel. I'll run this one in quickly. You can tell straight away by the colorway what they're going for, which bar they're copying. So it's the Choc Chip Salted Caramel bar. It's actually not on our shelf there, but you get the idea. They put that into a jar. The same gimmick they did before with the white chocolate cookie, for example, which at the time was their best-selling bar. But if it ain't broke, why would you fix it? And yeah, lovely idea, lovely, rich, very, very smooth, spreadable chocolate spread here, and that's with reduced sugar and higher protein. And although there were not as many as we were hoping, there are actual kind of chocolate cacao kind of crunchy chunks in here. So they have got the chips in there a little bit. It's largely melted, but you'll find the odd chip. Pretty cool, but it's just a delicious taste. You've got that saltedness coming through the chocolate as well. Spread super easily. Great on bagels, great drizzled into yogurt and on porridge oats and things like that. So yeah, very cool. That's in the mix now, and I think we've got a mix of these things too. But we've now got a hazelnut one, we've got a chocolate one, and there's the white chocolate cookie with kind of chunky, crunchy Oreo-style pieces. Very nice. That's in there as well. Yeah, apologies for the speed. I guess I've missed doing these, and I really did want to dive into an energy drink, but I perhaps don't need it given the level I'm dashing through this. Okay, next one, weird one, Uncle Jack's. Uncle Jack's, the guys here have been making wraps, and so big tortilla wraps and egg whites. How they've ended up doing croissants, I don't really know. However, they're quite nice. So I'm not going to overthink it. I love overthinking things, but I'm not going to bother. I think they obviously just found a manufacturer who could make one of these, and they thought, why not? I'm not sure it's the sort of product that would usually have a burly lumberjack on it. Run the sort of French patisserie type chef thing, but very, very nice. Looks good, looks generous, 17 grams of protein. Most of that you will find, and it's quite low sugar, less than a gram of sugar, which is mad. You will find that most of the protein, I think, comes from... I'm going to open this as well because it's so novel. I didn't really want to open stuff for this, but we will. Most protein probably comes from the chocolatey filling. Ta-da! So, they're not kidding. It is an actual croissant. So, making a lot of noise on the camera. Yeah, croissant, and this is what you've got, and you can see the chocolate there because there is indeed a chocolate filling. It is tougher than a croissant, I'll give you that, but it's a pain au chocolat style croissant. So filled, the pastry is probably the most unusual part of it. Otherwise, in terms of the chocolate inside, very rich, very generous. There is quite a lot in there. That's hence the protein. They heat up really well. I wouldn't advise ramming it in a toaster. You would probably have a little fire, but you can certainly zap it in the microwave or put it under the grill or something for, a minute under the grill or something, but your microwave, 20 seconds, does a good job, and the filling really comes to life. So that is surprisingly good. These guys here. And we've had to order these and reorder them. They have done insanely well. They are one serving, 65 gram, 250 calories a croissant. So, that's less than a real croissant, like a real buttery sort of whatever, continental breakfasty bakery style croissant. But obviously you get that 17 grams of protein and it is mad low sugar. So it's a fantastic trade-off. I don't know how many people are going to shove them in the gym bag as they are encouraging you to do, but they're a very, very nice thing, very, very novel, and certainly internationally we've sent loads and loads of these things out. Maybe not so much to France, but we've sent a lot of these to Israel and Japan and stuff. So a lot of demand for them around. Anyway, Uncle Jack's croissants, they're in there now. I think they're a couple of quid each or something like that, but they're bulk deals on them and everything. Check them out. Energy drinks, I'm going to save this one for a restock. Other bar worth showing that I'm actually going to open up. This is from Lexi. This is Lexi's, this guy has been making these. I might be wrong. We've had it so recently and I haven't looked into the backstory, but he might have even been on Dragon's Den with them. Lexi's been making these marshmallow crispy style bars for quite a long time. So they're free from, they're healthier, they're lower sugar, they're gluten free, they're vegan friendly, plant based. I think the whole range of that. The only novelty with these ones, and the reason we've actually thought, they're worth getting in the mix, because the other ones were nice. It's just we didn't really see a particular angle for us on them. Is that he's just done protein ones. Boom. So that's the name above the door, and that's the kind of snacks we always try and gun for. We got a couple of varieties of these. Very, very cute. Love the branding. Very eye-catching. Very contemporary, especially for sort of free-from vegan-y type thing. As you can see, plant-based. You get 10 grams of protein in there. Gluten-free, vegan. I think they're actually nut-free as well. So they're a good one for allergies. Chewy, crunchy, and delicious, he says. 155 calories, he says. And that is indeed what you get. So, nut and peanut-free as well. Very cool. Made without artificial sweeteners, flavors, or preservatives. Now, this kind of thing, we always tend to find they look great, and there's a lot of money going into branding and marketing snacks and things like this, particularly on the dairy-free, plant-based side of things, the more whole foods, health food side of things, and then the taste disappoints, so it's often not sweet enough. This is actually really sweet, so I said, we're getting those in for sure. And the guy's lovely, very proactive online as well, so if you tag Lexi's Treats, then I'm sure he himself will respond. And that's what you get. So it's a kind of, tracker-style cereal-y sort of bar, crossed with a Kellogg's Rice Krispie Square is the general vibe. But generous chocolate on top, generous chocolate chips, chocolatey base. Crunchy and satisfying. Yeah, very nice. There's actually two flavors. The chocolate is probably the less sweeter of the two. The chocolate reins it in a little bit. The other one is a more classic-y, breakfasty, cereal bar-y, blueberry bliss flavor. You get some sweetness from the blueberries. There's a sweetness in the bar itself. It's not got quite as much chocolate going on. It probably hits a little bit sweeter. But either way, sweet enough for us, which is nice. Especially with all those allergy promises and things, very cool as well. It's one of those ones that it's vegan, but you'd never know. You genuinely would never know. It's not like one where we're trying to blag it. This is really, you wouldn't know this is vegan whatsoever. It's just a nice snack with good protein, low sugar, 150 calories. Absolutely worth trying. It was worth sneaking onto the table here. So we did get that one on Instagram. And it did merit showing you a little bit more. But there is this one, there's the blueberry one. There are more flavors coming. He's very excited how well these have gone already. And we will do a bundle as soon as probably have one more flavor just to make it make more sense. But all on site now, pretty good price and stuff as well. I think you'll love it. Check it out. Okay, then we're going to go into new stuff on supplements, I suppose. That's enough snacks for now. Again, check out the Just Arrived. We got a bunch of things on there. We have got OxyShred, EHPLabs stuff. This is something we're really struggling to get hold of. Customs delays and everything, but they are getting more and more stock, more and more of the range, more and more bits of the range, more and more flavours into the UK. Limited edition flavours coming as well. They did like a rainbow candy one, kind of for Pride Month. So limited edition, delicious flavour though. It's always popular when they've had it. And there's a raspberry ripple ton of one as well. We should have that. Anyway, they're coming this month, maybe even the week ahead. We've been begging and pleading and chasing up things. The big one is their OxyWhey. So they do a very tasty whey protein kind of blend product as well that we wanted to bring into the range, because obviously we always gun for protein pick and mix and all. And we were promised it was coming months and months ago, and it's just been delayed and delayed and delayed, and they've had some staff changes and all sorts of stuff. Customs are still hanging on to the protein, but we've got a few of the other bits. But before we get to that, that's the next video. For right now, we did get some more flavours in. We got like wild melon in the original OxyShred ultra concentration kind of fat burning sort of blend. And it's a 60 serving one here. And we got some bit different. We got some of their stim free ones. So if you don't want the caffeine, if you're caffeine sensitive or you're training late, and people do tend to take these, take a hit of this. Let's say you're going to have 3 servings a day if you really want to go for it. You'd have 1 in the morning, 1 at lunchtime, 1 with your workout, something like that. So you can spread it through the day. Obviously, that's caffeine. It's not a madly high caffeinated product, but it's too much stim for some. So if you want the non-caffeine, the non-stim version, we finally got some of that in, and we've got the all-natural Kiss My Peach flavour. Very, very fun name. I think there's an apple one as well. Maybe it isn't apple. We've got 2 flavours of non-stim anyway. And that's been doing fairly well. It still has mood boosting nootropic stuff in there, and it still has a lot of the ingredients that will give you that tiny little bit an extra edge in terms of fat burning, shredding, and the rest of it. So again, with all fat burners, it's not like you're going to take this and drink a few shakes with it or whatever and suddenly lose weight, but it's a nice little nudge in the right direction, and you feel pretty good on it too. Obviously, the other OxyShred works quite nicely as a pre-workout. Millie likes it as a pre-workout. Really makes you sweat and stuff. So it's certainly a good one for the mornings to kind of purge yourself and get into the day. But the non-stim, it still has tyrosine, it has taurine, it has a bunch of B vitamins and things. It's got CLAs, it's got some ketones. And so, I mean, in and of themselves, any of those ingredients is not going to change your life. But it's a nice little cocktail of them. It tastes great as well. And you will get a bit of a mood boost from it. So if you want something for a for a workout, it's not really a pre-workout. It's also going to help you get ready for, well, beaches perhaps not so much at the moment, but putting on that tank top or that pair of shorts or whatever you want to do, or tanning in the garden and feeling a little less self-conscious, then this is a nice product for around this time of year. Obviously, it's competition season 2. It's nice to see some of those are going ahead. So if you're looking for a little edge there, some of the OxyShred stuff can be very nice. It's got a fantastic reputation. As I say, it all tastes good. Pretty good value for the amount of servings you get in there, and you can use it for a whole bunch of things, whether pre-workout or for the kind of metabolism boosting components. But most exciting part of their range for us is the OxyWhey, some great flavors like peanut butter cup, should be coming sooner or later. The Blessed side of it is the same family, EHPLabs' own Blessed. Their vegan protein has been doing it's quite popular for us. It's not the sweetest one. So if you find like the PES or the PE Science, the Ghost Lifestyle vegan proteins too sweet, too overbearing, maybe check out the Blessed stuff. It's a lovely, slightly more natural blend, but they do slightly less over-the-top flavors. And they've got loads of cool flavors coming, but all of them are quite tastefully reined in. So there's like a chopped coconut. Again, it's quite mild. It's not too in your face with the coconut or anything. They do a vanilla chai, which, again, is essentially a vanilla, but there's that little hint of spice. So lovely little touches in there. Very nice protein. They do a strawberry as well, which has to be done quite carefully with vegan proteins, and they've pulled it off. So love this stuff, and I love the look of it. It's got quite a good, striking, kind of semi-badass yet soft, organic kind of look to it. Obviously, the lids soften it too. We do have this week the peanut butter cups flavor coming in the small tubs here. So I think these are like $23.99, quite good value for them. But just 15 servings. And that'd be a nice one to try. We've been waiting for that one for a while. It's a popular one. But we've got s'mores, and there's a graham cracker one, and there's a bunch of other things coming as well from them. And on these guys, we do have a few new flavors, and we do have their full-on pre-workout, which is very comprehensively spec'd. It's very over the top. It's called Pride. And we have I think 2 flavors of that coming. We'll have the listings. I think Millie's made the listings. They're not visible yet, but they will be in this week along with the big EHPLabs restock. Let me just check the time. Oh, I hate iPads. Okay, 30 minutes. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. I mean, right now, again, I'm tight for time. I don't want to be trying to edit and do something semi-useful with 2 hours worth of footage, an hour and a half's worth of footage. So, yeah, I really am, for both of our sakes, trying to keep this a little bit shorter as a kind of dipping my toe back into it. Anyway, yeah, OxyShred, that's there. Ghost, I've already mentioned it briefly, and as you know, following this, I love talking about Ghost. Big fans of the guys, big fans of the brand. I'll be honest, I was on one of their videos in February, I think it was. But since then, it's just, I've been distracted, and obviously they've had some issues their end with supply and stock and stuff, and they've got lots on their plate with the drinks and going to various stores. And so I can appreciate very, very busy, but I haven't really had much time to have a proper catch up with the guys. So I'm feeling a little bit out of touch, but yeah, the stock in the UK, the availability has just been poor because through the back end of lockdown, probably in large part us, but I mean, we smashed through it in terms of grabbing stock, and there's just very little left. So even on the Ghost UK website, there was very little actually available on there. So been a bit of a bummer, and they have apologised. The state of the stock here in the EU has been quite poor. It's really bad timing, especially as they've grown the team over here. So they've brought on Sean Stafford, and there's more influencers and stuff. And so they one way they want to do a really big push over here in the UK and to an extent Europe, but they just haven't got the stock in there at the moment thanks to manufacturing difficulties stateside and then customs and the usual crap getting stuff over here. There. So kind of sucks because it's a big bestseller for us. But it's, we're hoping they're going to start picking up again now. And in fact, we are due a bit of a reload next week. Ghost website has had a bit of a reload in the UK, and we've got some new launches coming. Among them, these. So we've got Size with V2. So V2 season finally kicking back off again after the pump, and we've got Natty and we've got Mango as two new flavors. I say new flavors. Natty is basically neutral by a different name, but it's a more fun way of saying neutral and flavored, and it's more in keeping now with the newer pump version of it. So we've got Natty. That's the great one if you want to stack it, add it into your pre-workout, add it into your shake, whatever it is. It's more or less flavorless, so pretty harmless. But yeah, for those of you who don't know, Size is a creatine product, and there's you obviously have a lot of fun with Size. It's a brilliant name for a product like this, and it's very, very eye-catching. But it's just ultimately boiling down to what you want to get with taking creatine and I guess going to the gym and trying to bulk and stuff. Size is what you're after, and size matters and all these kind of things. So you have some great fun with the lines on it, but it's a very useful product. Tiny bit boring versus a lot of the stuff we like to push here. It's not something you're going to get like an immediate hit from. Although that said, they have, I believe, they have boosted the beta-alanine dosage in there. So beta-alanine is put into these products because it has an impact on endurance, and it's something best hitting certain dosages and repeated on a daily type basis, same as creatine, which is why it goes into a kind of like a day-to-day sort of product like this. So you'd have it day in, day out, workout, and it has like a cumulative effect before your body really notices it's there and starts recruiting it and using it and everything. But then you'll see some good results with it. So creatine, obviously, most research, sports nutrition, supplementy type thing ever. And they've upgraded to branded stuff. I mean, they always use good quality ingredients, but they've gone for the full-bore German Creapure, I believe. Yeah. So that's the one that's got the most clinical trials behind it. It's got the best reputation. It's a logo loads of people recognize. It's kind of the gold standard when it comes to creatine. So they've leapt in with that one. And they have upped the beta-alanine, but they have counterbalanced that so it doesn't super make you, because people don't necessarily want to tingle if you have this in the morning, for example. With I think it's Beta Prime. It's the same thing they played with in Christian Guzman's preview. I mean, there's a new Christian Guzman coming, I think, this month, in fact, with really cool black tubs and everything. But with the last Christian Guzman one, they went for 6.4 grams of beta-alanine a serving, which was mad, never seen it so high. And then they put the Beta Prime stuff in to try and counterbalance that so the tingles didn't absolutely blow your head off. And it largely worked, to be fair. So they're employing the same technique in here in this dosed up, upgraded, refreshed version of the product. And I think Synactive has been added in as well. So along with estrogen stuff. So it's the usual, very similar ballpark formula, but they have bumped things up a bit. It is slightly stronger, slightly higher quality, I suppose, with that Creapure. And it's a product that it's a kind of hidden gemmy type one. It's behind the scenes, but a lot of guys girls too, just take this and they put the stuff in there and they'll take the results on a longer basis. It's certainly a nice to have. It's just, it doesn't hit as instantly as hard as Legend or Burn or something like that. But yeah, nice product. We've only got a handful of tubs of this in now. They're on the site right now as I shoot this. Maybe like sold out by the time you guys do it, but depending on how much more we can get in the week ahead, we will shoot for a full launch and they'll make the Instagram and everything. Then also from Ghost, in concert with the nice weather, the summer that's finally arrived here in the UK, or starting to, we have new flavour of Amino, iced tea lemonade. This was a limited edition one from last year we never even got our hands on. This time we've got a little of it, and ditto the iced tea lemonade flavour in the greens. The greens, always a popular product, but I guess it's since its launch, it's not had a huge amount of love. Nice to have another flavour come into it here. And again, yeah, it's part of a sort of summery combo from them. And yeah, two very nice products. Personally, the iced tea lemonade, I did get it the first time around. I bought a tub for myself just because I knew we couldn't sell it in the mix. They didn't have enough for us, but I always want to try these things. And it wasn't for me. It wasn't my favourite Ghost flavour. I guess it's a little more understated. It's not quite as in your face as something like the blue raspberry or even the grape or something, let's say. So not my favourite. However, it rapidly became Henry's favourite. So when I said, oh, Henry, what do you think of this? And he loved it. So yeah, Henry ended up actually finishing the sample tubs of that. So yeah, each to their own. It has been popular for Ghost, but I mean, I prefer the more full-on candy flavours. On that, I might hop over very quickly. Did I even tell you about the cotton candy sour strips? I might have done. I mean, my head is very, very hazy, so I don't know where we got on timetables here, but we certainly made a big fuss online. So if you follow any of our channels, Instagram and Facebook, if you're on our email list, if you look at the website, you'll have seen all of this. But yeah, we finally got the cotton candy sour strips in. A fantastic flavour, probably my favourite flavour now, and it has done incredibly well. Maxx was nice enough to share this. While we've got them, it might be worth getting some if you haven't already. I can't believe you'd have missed out on these, but yeah, definitely check them out. Obviously, pick and mix colorway as well, very cool. Just because Maxx has big news yesterday, just yesterday, in fact, Target in the States, more or less national rollout for him. So I think he's got 1,300, 1,400 stores right now, going up to the full 1,800, 1,900 stores they have. So yeah, incredible deal contract there. I mean, this really puts Maxx and sour strips in the not just a kind of niche online brand, not just a kind of spin-off sports nutrition-y type thing, but this is into like full-on kind of national confectionery style brands. So it putting them on the shelves along with sort of Sour Patch Kids and the stuff from Mondelez and the brands that Ghost work with, for example, and Haribo, for example, in kind of our sense here in the UK. So yeah, it's amazing he's achieved that, and small team they've got there, so congratulations to them. And it's great, again, to have been slightly part of it and slightly along for the ride in bringing it out over here in the UK. So who knows where it goes from here. Maybe it'll come to our supermarkets here in the UK ultimately. That'd be very, very cool. But as with anything, it's supply issues, and it's just Maxx hasn't got enough to supply everyone on these big, scary contracts he's signed. So he did tell us when we got the last delivery of those that it might be some months before we can get any more of the candy. So yeah, I think back end of the summer, maybe I'll hit him up and see how things are looking. But we have all the flavours in stock right now, more of some and less of others. But again, if you're after some of that, jump on, grab it. It's always delicious. And obviously we can go to cinemas again now and stuff. And yeah, sour candy doesn't get any better than that. So yeah, that's the mix. I was just doing the candy hop over there. I think there is another, incidentally, Maxx and Ghost collab coming up. Obviously, they do one every year, so we'll try and get it if we can, but otherwise look out for that. It's always good flavours, always good fun blends, always quite heavy on the pump stuff. That should be pretty ace. Okay, sticking to supplements, one more thing then. Actually, not quite, because I've got a bit there. GFuel, we have had 2 big deliveries of flavours on GFuel and some new shakers and stuff as well. So yeah, it's great loads more of the American flavours are coming over to the UK. We've got Clickbait, and we've got Pink Drip. These are 2 I've pulled out. Clickbait, the flavour-wise, I'm actually not sure what that one is. If you follow the listings, we put a bit of description on there. It's, I think passion fruit is involved in some way, shape or form. But I just love the label on that one. It's got really good standout, same as well, all the others. And this one I do really like. We tried this. This is kind of strawberry lemonade sort of vibe. Yeah, a little bit creamy, very sweet, fruity. Yeah, it's a very nice one. But Pink Drip, very pick and mixy. So yeah, you'll enjoy this one. Quite a nice refreshing flavour and quite cute at the same time. We got loads of these other ones back in though. Oh, we got like sour, oh no, there goes the microphone. We got Sour Blue Chug Rug. We've got Bobby Boysenberry. We've got Shiny Splash. We've got Tropical Rain. There's a whole bunch of them. I mean, if you jump over that, we probably have 30, 40 flavours now. One of the shelves over there is more or less dedicated to them. Looks very, very cool. Yeah, usual kind of energy blend formula in there now. Granted that people can be out and about a little bit more, they might be gaming a little bit less, but yeah, it's great everyday energy. Anyway you cut it, obviously the antioxidants, doing creator type stuff. You can use it as a pre-workout too, and yeah, they just look gorgeous. So, you know, if you are looking for a pre-workout and try and mix things up, you will actually get a boost out of it. Obviously no pump ingredients or anything like that, but it does hit fairly hard in terms of like mood and caffeine, and it's just, yeah, they're great fun. That's really why we have them. Anyway, yeah, GFuel, tons of those back on site, including all the best sellers like the PewDiePie and the Phaseberry and things. They're all there right now. Energy drinks then, I'm going to touch on some of these. As you can imagine, we've been getting through a lot of energy drinks in the process of doing this whole thing, and now we have actually got storage to hold more energy drinks, which is very cool. So look out for more stuff coming. I've got this coming down here, actually, the Monster Ultra Watermelon. Again, I don't think it ever made it onto the video, but we did get some of the Ultra Gold, which is a kind of pineapple-y one. That they had in the States most recently. It's the most recent North American one. We managed to get, I don't know, a dozen cases. It all flew out. We do hopefully have more on the way, possibly even this week. So sign up for notifications for that. I mean, hundreds of people have already, but yeah, more of them dive in there. We do put limits on to try and make sure everyone can try these and get some cans, but I pushed the suppliers to give us more. Hopefully, you know, I'll get twice what we got last time and it'll last for a bit. But we do, yes, we have watermelon, which was the previous new flavor. Another very nice one, was quite popular. And then we got Rosa, probably slightly less popular, a bit of a slightly more nuanced floral like flavor. It's a kind of difficult one to pin down. It wasn't for everyone, but I quite liked it. A bit more gummy bears than some of the others. And yeah, the Ultra Watermelon was also quite popular. We do have more of these coming almost certainly this week. So yeah, look out for those ones. But yeah, Cellucor, I don't think these got any coverage on. We didn't even give it that much coverage online, I don't think, but they came in just as we were moving, so it's a bit of a tricky one. But Cellucor, they have redone their energy drinks, the RTDs. We've had these for a while, but they used to come in from the States. They were much stronger, very pre-workouty, too much for me to enjoy casually, and for many of you, I think, and very, very expensive. So scarce and super expensive, not a good combo for an energy drink where you really want people to have several of these a day, a la Monster Ultra, a la good, you know, a la 3D Energy and stuff. So these ones, they've reformulated, they're made in Europe, much better price. They've pulled out the beta-alanine, so no annoying tingles. It won't make your lips like burn and stuff while you're drinking it. And caffeine-wise, I think they've pulled it back down a tiny bit, but you know what? It does hit pretty hard. So it's still got the beta power in it and stuff, the betaine, and maybe that's what does it. But I mean, for me, I certainly feel more of a rush from these than I do from 3D, Monster Ultra, even the Grenade Energies and things. So they've got an interesting formula going on there, but the tingles have definitely gone. So that's the big win for me. Plus flavors being reattempted. They've still held some of that kind of North American robustness. It's still very nice. 4 flavors. There's the, what do they call it? Cosmic Candy, Cosmic Rainbow. So there's a sort of cotton candy style flavor. There is a twisted lime. There is a frozen bombsicle or whatever it is. So usual blueberry flavor, the kind of classic. And then there is an orange one as well. So always a little bit more dull, but yeah, nice orange flavour, nice tango-y sort of vibe. We have a lot of these on site now. You can pick and mix across like a bundle of them. A tray is 12. Much better price on them. And even better, we're running a promotion right now with them that basically if you get 6 of any energy drink on site, so that's 6 cans of Nocco, it could be 6 of any energy drink. We've got a promo like the Nano Vibe drinks. They're super cheap anyway. We've got like 6 3D Energy. 6 of the new Alani drinks I've got here, whatever it is. In theory, 6 energy drinks, any of them on site, you will be given a can of this free. You can't choose the flavour, sadly, unless you put a comment in and maybe we can rejig it. But broadly speaking, it'll just stick one of those flavours in for free and you get to try it. So why not? We've actually added a few of these anyway, but it's a nice little one to do with them while they're going to support it. The same way with Grenade Energy. So yeah, nice ones to share. Much happy with what they've done with the formula there. And in concert with that, we've actually got some of the original C4 pre-workout energy stuff back in. Very, very dinky tubs, but they're still pretty eye-catching, still pretty cool. Love that kind of hazard look. Well, you get 30 servings here. They're a fantastic price. It's like 20 quid, 22 quid, something like that. Very, very low, very, very affordable for this. And yeah, it's not the strongest thing going, but I mean, at that price, just double up the scoops if you really want to give yourself a hit. But it's a good mix of everything. It's one of those all-in-one style pre-workouts. So you do get caffeine's 150 milligrams a serving. If you want kicking at 300, yeah, then double it. And it's got, tyrosine in it again, arginine pump stuff. It's got creatine in there. It's a very low dose of creatine. So, I mean, if you really wanted creatine, you probably want to supplement that with just a straight up creatine monohydrate powder, or indeed something jazzy like the Ghost size. But there is some creatine in there as well. And if you were having a serving or two every day, it will have the same cumulative effect of getting you that kind of 3 to 5 grams of creatine that you need as like a clinical dosage over 20 plus days, so your body notices it. So it kind of does something. There is beta alanine in there, but just 1.6 grams, so that's probably half of the usual kind of clinical dosage. But again, if you're doubling the serving, you get all of that. Otherwise, you'll get a little bit of a hit of that. So it's a nice casual pick up and go pre-workout. And the only reason we got it back in, aside from liking these drinks and liking the branding, was that it was one of the first pre-workouts I ever took. So years going back when these were on the market coming in from the States, and indeed Dan from Ghost was part of the team there. He actually set the thing up. It was one of the ones I was very, very fond of. So it's a kind of nostalgic one coming back for me here, but they've got big plans for the UK again. They want to right the market a little bit because there was some real, what they call price dumping and crazy, and the stock had to be reformulated and it got pulled off Amazon because of the type of creatine they were using. And you had retailers selling it for no money at all. And they had some out of date stock on the old version as well. And listening to them, there's a big headache, but it's fair play to NutriBulters, the parent company, who are trying to pull it back a little bit. So the energy drinks are probably a good way in, and we thought, well, why not? We're doing the stuff with Cellucor there. Let's see how this goes, and it's one that we look back on fondly. So it's I'm not going to say it's the best pre-workout in the market or anything like that, but for the money, it's a great pick up and go one. And they're small, dinky, got good flavors on them. They put them in the gym bag very easily. We've got, 5, 6, 7 flavors of them at the moment if you jump on site. But yeah, it's worth a try. It's one of those ones like me. I haven't tried it in years and years. And I thought, you know what? Go on then. I always used to love that stuff. So if I don't want a huge workout, then it's a nice one to do. You guys get a bit of a kick out of it for the money. It is good value for money. But extra cool, we thought... they've offered to do a promo where for every tub you buy, you get a Cellucor energy drink free. So again, cross-selling to the energy drinks and stuff. I thought that was very cool. So we haven't got that set up yet, but that's the general plan. And that's, so even better value then. It'd be like 20 quid and you get the energy drink too. So yeah, very cool. Okay, what else? Largely covers supplements. More energy drinks then. You've mentioned very quickly Alani New. These look absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to show you. We do some of the Alani supplements, the pre-workouts, the BCAAs. Again, like the C4, not the strongest stuff on the market, but very, very nice flavors, very user-friendly. Yeah, a little bit pricey than it should be, but that's because it is coming from the States. Where am I going? Yeah, very cool. This is a new flavor here. Love these cans. Breezeberry, so that's a sort of blueberry type thing, as you'd imagine, like a raspberry type thing. And then Cosmic Stardust is kind of like the cosmic one here. So it's a cotton candy style flavor. Very delicious. We've had this before, obviously new branding on it. Breezeberry is new. We also have Watermelon Wave, which is new. A couple of other flavors like Arctic White made it back as well. So check out on site. There is a new supplier on these. We weren't really planning on restocking it, but I thought, why not? I mean, they do look gorgeous, and while they're here, may not last, I thought I'd get them in. So I know a lot of our customers have asked it again and again and again. Big fans of the brand. Just not being able to get their hands on these. So while there are a few trays around, I thought we'd get some in and do it. So we're not going to make a big song and dance because I'm not sure it's going to stick around. But if you want these, check them out while they are here, and then we'll see if the importer brings any more of them in. But obviously, we've got the Alani supplements that do very, very well. Lots of gaps in the stock there, but we are working on reloading that too. So watch this space. But they're in now. What else have we got? Okay, snack-wise, I'm not going to open these, but in concert with this guy, the pie guy, we got a cute little mascot there. They hooked us up with, and as you can tell with the pick and mix, we like a cute mascot. What are these called? The Oatmeal Cookie Pies. So from FinaFlex, I don't really know how to pronounce it, but we used to have these in one flavor, the original marshmallow one. If you think of it as kind of a whoopie pie, it's that thing. So it's two kind of chewy oatmeal style cookies, pretty generous. With in between like a creamy fondant. So yeah, we've got more flavors this time, a lot more flavors. I think it's about 8 of them. 7 or 8, 8 or 9. There are a load of them. There's chocolate peanut butter, there's like a double chocolate. I've got the awesome apple pie here, it's one of my favorites. So it does have a very nice kind of apple crumbly cinnamon sort of thing going on. There is a peach one, a little bit mad. There is a key lime pie one. There is I can't remember. There's a strawberry one. Yeah, so there's a few fruity ones and a few more traditional dessert ones. So there's the original marshmallow, the double chocolate, the chocolate peanut butter. Either way, very nice, very different, pretty satisfying. I think they are over 340 calories a cookie. So they are up there, but there's nothing, there's good fiber in them and everything. Low sugar. There's not a lot out there like it. So like with the croissants, probably worth a try, and there are a load of flavors. Again, you can heat them up and they're very nice. You can't really toast them, but yeah, warm them up and the real oats start coming out. There's good flavors there as well. So I think you'll get a kick out of it. They're on site now. Check them out. And then I can't even remember if I mentioned this one. I'm getting there. Hang on. FItButters. Fitness informant butters, basically. So yeah, Ryan over there and his partner who've been making these, they're doing quite well in the States. They're getting some good contracts from retailers and stores. I might have already done a little intro on these, but we have, I know, 8 or 9. We have a load of different flavour of these. Nuts and More is looking less and less of a goer right now. So we've got hold of these ones as kind of wacky, handmade, artisan, slight takes on protein fortified, truly delicious peanut butters. So yeah, Nuts and More, I'm not too sure beyond the current stock how long we can do that, I'm afraid, just because there's supply issues and the pricing. These ones, yes, as I say, they do come in pricey, but he does use like fully branded proteins, and he uses like the real cookies and the real whatever else that goes in there. So very, very well made, and yeah, small team doing it. So it's as close to sort of artisan small batches you're going to get, but loads and loads of wacky flavors, and you've got to check them out. I mean, every one of them I've had has been delicious. So it's if you're in the market for a truly out there peanut butter with added protein, the rest, and maybe it hooks up with some of your favorite brands like stuff from MTS or from EHPLabs or whatever it is, he uses some of their protein. Check those out. They're all on site at the moment. And there's a bundle that pulls the price down significantly if you buy 3. Okay, what else? We've got just general bits of business, I suppose. Restocks, let's do that. PE Science, we have not really had much new from these guys, but there is a cookies and cream relaunch coming up on the Select, launching this week actually, so we'll get some tubs of those in. They'll go very, very quickly, but cookies and cream was one of their original flavors they discontinued a long time ago. It was never bad, it was just less popular than the frosted choc and the vanilla, and certainly things like cake pop that came later. But yeah, on that cake pop, we were, God forbid, out of stock for a little bit there. We have it come back in, and we have masses more on the way to us now from a couple of different suppliers, so don't panic on that one. Ditto Snickerdoodle, that got very, very light, but we now have it. So yeah, otherwise PES, the high volume, the prolific, the stock's okay on that one, so we're doing our best to fight the bits and pieces in. So yeah, PE Science is doing okay. What else? We got some shakers in. I'll show you these. These were pretty good in concert with the film. I'll just open this actually. In concert with the film that came out recently. I think it's still on streaming. So like, yeah, I mean, it's not like for free to watch these things. It's like 14 quid, 16 quid on Amazon or something brutal. But yeah, I don't know if it's made the cinemas, but I think they released it to streaming. And we've got Mortal Kombat shakers. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's the straight up Mortal Kombat logo. These are the perfect shakers, the Performa shakers, the Activ series. You get the extra handle and they're pretty hardy. So we've got this straight up Mortal Kombat logo, and going hand in hand, or tooth to tooth, or nail to nail, or whatever you'd say with that, we have got Scorpion and we have got Sub-Zero. So there you go, Scorpion and Sub-Zero, big parts of the film that's just come out. Pretty cool movie. So yeah, looks pretty badass, and there's a lot we can do with here saying, "Get over here." Oh dear, takes me back. But yeah, the film was good because it's nice and violent, but they did work a load of the catchphrase in. So yeah, I suggest you see it if you're up for some ultra violence. Anyway, yeah, we got some of those shakers in and some blender bottles restocked. We need to get more blender bottles. They're looking a bit sad at the moment, but bits and pieces, yeah, are in on site at the moment. We might have had some other Marvel hero-y type ones too. Check them out. Then those blue things over there. What else, restock-wise? Okay, coming up, we've got Gym Buddy Donuts. I'm nearly there, promise. Chocolate Gym Buddy Donuts and the cake batter ones. No new flavours to speak of as yet, but the stock dried up about 3 weeks ago. So I know you guys have been missing that because they have been selling really, really well. It's really actually picked up, actually. And we have got pallets and pallets coming in the week ahead. Again, customs delays, handling companies being rubbish. But Tom is going to be coming down, and we got loads of these here, and he'll be going out to some other suppliers and stockists and things too. So Gym Buddy, we're back up and running with that one. Very, very cool. And that is back in this week. So hang on in there if you've been waiting for those to come back. That's both flavors. Beanies, for example, they're rebranding their whole thing. So these are the kind of calorie-free flavored coffees, tons and tons of different flavors. Obviously no protein or anything like that goes with it. We've always done these, very, very cute. You might have seen them in the supermarket and Aldi and stuff. But we do a vast range of them, and they are revamping the labels. And we've had new flavors like I think there's caramelized biscuit, I think we had, and then jam donut was the most one that came, recent one that came in. They're on site at the moment. Other restocks, what are we talking? EHPLabs I've covered. The Monsters I've covered as well. Ghost, well, we're hoping for all of that back. We'll have to see. What else is up due? We're trying a few smaller brands. I think we'll probably cut it off there because I've covered a load of this and I'm probably just going to collapse in a minute. So thank you for bearing with me. This has been a long one, and I'm going to try and cut in some shops at the warehouse. I mean, I really want to be finished before you go and do it, but ultimately I want you guys to come and visit this place, see all the stuff. We're going to do a sort of Screwfix Yargos type model. So obviously we'll have some stuff out in the shop here, but if it's I just want to get my online order, or I've seen online you do this, can you get that? And we can just nip off down there and come back with a nice shiny air hostess style shopping trolley with your stuff on it. So yeah, great fun. We've got lots of plans, and this will ultimately be the next 5 to 10 years of Pick and Mix. So who knows what that holds in store for us here? Who knows what that holds in store for any of us, the way the world is at the moment? But yeah, the shop, very, very sad, sore point, but it is currently empty. We did yank everything out. So we have cleaned and overhauled it, and we're kind of, putting together some of the bits that have taken a battering over the last how many years it's been a slog in there. But yeah, we're getting it sort of, I'd like to restore it to its former glory when we first went in there, have some fun with it before we ultimately give it back to the landlords who've been great all this time. So we'll see. What else? I'd love to try and do more of these. As I said, we've got some team movements and stuff. So on top of everything else, I might, against my will, get yanked onto firefighting other problems. But suffice it to say, I do miss doing them. I do fully intend to keep doing them and ultimately do more of them and better in this place. But we do have to find a new balance with this thing at the moment. And that's about it. So thank you for watching, guys. Sorry again if the sound's been crap on this. But yeah, thank you for following along, and I'm just glad to be able to say that we're still here and we're still doing our thing. So thank you so much for all the orders. Hope you're keeping well out there with vaccines and lockdowns relaxing and Delta variants and all the stuff that just won't go away on that. But broadly speaking, I think we're in a better place. Everything's brighter, weather is better, and things. So yes, much love, and hope everyone is well and stuff, as I say. And look forward to showing you more new stuff soon. So please keep following along. Jump on the website. You can obviously subscribe to this stuff. Jump on the mailing list. Blah 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 blah. But it's kind of a new start for Pick and Mix, and it's very exciting and also a little bit daunting at the same time. But we can now do a whole bunch of other stuff here. So it's going to be an interesting little journey for the next little while. So thank you very much. And I will catch you next time. Bye for now.